It's finally time for playoffs of the P4G Pokemon Draft League. We finished second overall in the season and got to pick our opponents. So your LA Wakers are taking on HoodlumCallum, coach of the Dundee Diles. His team has incredibly powerful Pokemon, starting off with his first pick, Mienshao, as well as other insanely hard hitters like Regidrago, Revavroom, and Honchkrow. He has fantastic defensive Pokemon in Skeleturge, Sylveon, Serena, and Alomola. And on top of that, he can even set up webs with Vikavolt. His two Tera Captains match up very well into my team. He has a Lapras that can Terrasilize into an Ice, Ghost, or Ground type, and a Sandslash that can Terrasilize into a Ground, Dark, or Grass type. This week, we're starting off with my own Tera Captain, Tera Fairy Klawf, with the loaded dice, so my Rock Blast always hits minimum 4 times. My Jolly Nature allows me to outspeed Max Speed Serena and Honchkrow, and Tera Blast Fairy is good neutral coverage into my opponent. With my 20 defense EVs, I always live an Adamant Iron Head from Revavroom, so I can deal with it via high horsepower. My 16 special defense EVs allow me to take one max modest special attack Lapras's Hydro Pump if I am Terrasilize into a Fairy type. I went with Regenerator over Anger Shell so I can easily switch in and out versus Pokemon like Mienshao without having to worry about my HP. Because Callum has Regidrago, I decided to bring my second fairy in Rabombi. Choice Specs Rabombi's Moonblast are very hard for Callum to switch into, because every bit of damage on Revavroom goes a long way, especially if I catch it with a Psychic Noise, which does 2 a KO. Psychic Noise also stops Skeleturge from going for Slack Off and Sylveon from going for Wish. I'm Timid plus Speed, so that way I'm faster than a Dragon Dance Lapras. I also gave this Rabombi Sticky Web just in case my opponent doesn't run Boots on Pokemon like Mienshao, so I can slow them down for Claw. Last, I went for Switcheroo, hoping to maybe catch a Revavroom upon switching or even lock Skeleturge into Torch Song. Because if it is locked into Torch Song, Heracross can come in after and go for Throat Chop to stop its sound type attack, and proceed to get up spikes. I went with both Throat Chop plus Knockoff to get rid of Heavy Duty Boots from my opponent's team, but also if he brings Special Defensive Skeleturge, or an offensive variant, Throat Chop and a Knockoff guarantee knocks it out. Of course, I do have Close Combat to deal with Honchkrow and Serena, as well as Mienshao. Even Sylveon doesn't appreciate an Adamant Close Combat, and this still allows me to outspeed both Honchkrow and Max Speed Serena. But I do have the best Serena spin blocker in the game in Pecharunt, which is EV to outspeed a Max Speed Honchkrow and can knock it out after a nasty plot boost with Malignant Chain. My Pecharunt is also faster than Skeleturge and can deal with it via Shadow Ball. And my Bold Nature plus 248 HP EVs allow me to easily tank 2 high horsepowers from Adamant Revavroom. Pecharunt's also one of my main resistances to Sylveon, and I went with Heavy Duty Boots just in case my opponent ends up bringing Spikes or Sticky Web. Revavroom can still be a threat, and same with Regidrago, so I went with the mixed defensive Registeel that can set up rocks for the team but also Thunder Wave Pokemon like Skeleturge upon switching. Because Earthquake doesn't do much damage to Skeleturge and Revavroom could be Magnet Rise, I decided to go with an Iron Defense Body Press set to also help me deal with a Dragon Dance Regidrago. My special defense EVs allow me to not be 2 KO'd by a modest Choice Specs Max Power Dragon Energy, and I can also tank 2 Tera Blast Ground special moves from Lapras. My last Pokemon is a physically defensive Incineroar, with enough speed for defensive Sandslash, defensive Skeleturge, and defensive Sylveon. My Intimidate helps me check Revavroom, and if it's running Clear Amulet, that means it gets hit by my Stealth Rock and Spike. But of course, I can knock off its item or even hit it with Flare Blitz for super effective damage. Taunt helps me stop Sylveon from Wish Passing and Skeleturge from going for Slack Off after tanking a knockoff. And Parting Shot allows me to support my team. So that's my team for the playoffs of the P4G Pokemon Draft League. If you do enjoy this content, let me know by leaving a like and consider subscribing if you're new. I upload competitive Pokemon every single day, and I'm almost always in draft leagues. Also, please check out my opponent Callum. He uploads fantastic content, and it's awesome to see him come back to draft. Lastly, I want to give a big shout out to Emil, Maverick Shooters, Tone, Owen, Pedro, and D for all the help this week. I've held you up long enough, so let's get right into the battle. So here we are with quarterfinals versus my boy Callum. We have not played in absolute years. If you guys are excited about this, let me know. Make sure you leave a like, consider subscribing, check out my boy Callum as well. Great team, honestly. I think his matchup into me is really nice, but I'm gonna do our best. I'm gonna lead off with Klawf. Sticky Web looked pretty good into my opponent, just for Revavroom. Hopefully I can trick it. He doesn't really actually switch in very well to Revavroom, so tricking it with Rabombi goes a long way. And yeah, let me know if y'all enjoy this. It's gonna be such a busy week for me, so. I love CC from my Heracross and Skeleturge. We're okay into it. I just like Klawf. I think becoming a fairy type early isn't too bad. It's also like Lapras is really good into me. Hibachi is the Sandslash. Gonna lead off with Klawf and let's see what happens here. I'm just going to immediately Tera, and I believe just click Swords Dance. I think that is my all-around good play. I know he's going to think a little bit about this play, so because Callum takes a little bit of time with his moves, so I just want to run a calc. Sand Slash, Earthquake. Has to be literally max attack to do much to me. And then at +2, I mean, I do want to. I'm going to Tera Fairy. I'm just going to see. Because I think he also has to fear me being Tera Grass too. Since it's actually very good into his team. But yeah, I'm going to Tera Fairy immediately. See what he wants to do. Oh, that's Adamant Life Orb. Sand Slash, that can 2 KO me. So we get the SD. Turn 1. See how this goes from here. He gets up Stealth Rock. Perfect. Stealth Rock. Perfect. We're going to go right for the Tera Blast and do as much damage as we can. Rocks don't really tell me much, except they're going to be here for the entirety of the game. +2 Tera Blast on max HP. 55 to 65. If he's max HP, max defense. Uh, 40 to 48%, so it's not a 2 KO, but his Earthquake doesn't 2-shot me back if he's max defense, so. Yep, I'm gonna do as much damage as we can. I think he also has to fear me being Focus Sash and stuff like that too. Also, my Rock Blast looks really good if this guy's gone. I wanna weaken this because my Petra Run looks really good too. Yep, we get a nice little Tera Blast off. See what he does. Hopefully there's not too much crackling or anything going from my mic. I have music playing in the background just in case. He is a very defensive set. All right, he just gets up hazards. He is going full-on hazard stacking. And I guess he's Dragon Dance Lapras and all that stuff. Okay, so he's literally max defense. That boy went the Now, I do have a lot of boots on my Pokemon. Except for Reggie, which doesn't matter too much. And this. I'm going to go for another Tera Blast. Always. I do have Iron Head from Rever Room as well. He's going for the Rever Room win, obviously. I'm assuming he's just going to go for more Spike. 1 Spike, 1 SR. Well, obviously 1 SR. 1, and then 1 Layer. Would he go for 2? Maybe he doesn't want to risk me... maybe he doesn't want to risk me potentially having a Sash, so he might just hit me here. But I think he does have to fear the Anger Shell too. Like, I think there's a few things he actually has to fear in this game. And I want it to be a Fairy type because that Regidrago is obviously a problem. What are you going to do here, Callum? You going to hit me? My controller vibrating off this is so funny. Hey, bro, just let me attack with Tera Blast. Beautiful. All right, here goes for EQ. That's fine. And we can just knock him out with Tera Blast. I don't think I predicted this turn just because I'm +2. We don't have to, he doesn't have to worry about Anger Shell either. Because he didn't get me down to half. Sand Slash is going to do a lot this game. Those hazards are going to be real nice into me. And he does still have Serena to spin too. Petron doesn't care though about the hazards. Rabambi does though. And Rabambi's obviously very important. I would love if he switches into like Lapras or something. I would have went for high horsepower here, but there's a chance that Rever Room's on a balloon. And also missing into Sand Slash is pretty whack, just to give him another spike. I went back and forth between regen as well on this thing. Like, I liked Anger Shell early, but I never got the chance to get rid of Sand Slash this early too. So maybe it might have been a mistake to not be Anger Shell. But then again, I get all that health back from regen, so I don't really know. All right, he just sacks it. Cool. All right, Sand Slash goes down. Don't got to worry about that. Kind of wish I brought a Rever Room. I mean, a Regieleki now. Cool. So Sand Slash gone. I'm assuming you're going to have to go Rever Room now. I don't think anything else can deal with me from this position. I'm going to pause until he sends out Mondo real quick. Bear back. All right, he brings out his Rever Room. I'm going to switch. He can go for Iron Head or a Gunk Shot. We're going to go to Fizz Def. Incineroar, we're going to find out if he has the Clear Amulet immediately. Could be weakness policy too. Both of those are definitely options. If it's not clear amulet, I always parting shot. Is it clear amulet? Clear amulet. Okay. He does go for toxic spikes though. Ooh, interesting. Jesus, dude. Bro's going for game. It's definitely Dragon Dance Lapras now. I'm always going for knockoff here. Hits everything. I take high horsepower as well for days. And also getting rid of potentially Laprases. I don't care too much about Toxic Spike because I absorb that with Petrarch even like despite having the heavy duty boots. He does not like switching into this Pokemon. Like at all. I would love if he goes like Lapras or something. It has to be Dragon Dance at this point, right? Or does he go Serena? Surely it's Lapras, right? Inverness. Lapras, okay. What item did we get rid of? The AV. AV Lapras, which means it will be going for probably a Surf here. Heracross does not care too much, so I'm gonna go Heracross. AV is cool. How much did Lapras even take from that knock? I'll run the calc in a bit. Lapras is AV, which means it can't set up. Revrim's Toxic Spikes, but should still be Shift Gear, but it's lacking coverage. It's Terra Ground. Yep, Ground. Surf comes out. Does nothing. Going to get up one spike here. Just for the clear amulet, homie in the back. Mainly because I think if you give me damage on this, you're running a dangerous game into Petrarch. Like, I feel like if you give me damage, it's a very dangerous game into Petrarch. That did, how much did that? Lapras, Incineroar's knockoff. HP bar, that's about 25, 30, 31%, which means he is... The hell is it? Minus defense? Is it minus defense Lapras? Sir. Come on, man. Bro, come on. That's so whack. I have to switch on the Ice Shard. Come on, dude. I live Ice Shard otherwise. Which it obviously has. It's like minus defense to take that little from knockoff. Yeah. Oh well. I need to get a little bit of damage on this in order to do damage with my... Let me make sure I take this. Registeel. Lapras. Terra Blast Ground. 252. Modest. Terra Blast Ground. The most it could do is 150, which means I take. I'm actually going to go for rocks because I need chip on Lapras too. I need to end game with my Petrarch, and this lets me do that. Yep, he does switch. Perfect. So we're going to get Spike and all that on that. Perfect. Ends up going out to Serena, which is no big deal. I'm assuming he's going to go for a knock from there, but again, we want them rocks up. Ice Shard. He would knock first, right? I mean, he doesn't really come in on my Mon after. I'm a Thunder Wave. I'm in a Thunder Wave right now. He might U-turn, predicting Petrarch to be honest, and if it hits Skeletor, it'd be good too. I think he knocks though. I think he knocks for sure. I think Spin doesn't get you anything out of the turn. Because I already got up Spike and Hazard, so. Flings. Light Ball to paralyze me. Okay, so that was to paralyze my Petrarch. Obviously. Now let's see if we also fling our Lightning at him. We do. And unfortunately, Registeel just refuses. Always just refuses to land anything, man. It's my best friend, though. Don't you ever talk crap about it. No, that's my best friend. We're always going to go out into our Petra here now. He could try and spin. He might knock off. We'll tank too. And me being boots is really strong in this game. And I absorb the T-Spike, obviously. So there are U-turns. Good play. Fling, U-turn. Maybe Dirge comes out. It could be Drago as well. That is the Rev Room. All right, so Rev Room just, again, getting weakened by hazards. The spike, that, it having clear amulet is going to do some damage to my Incineroar. With higher power anyway, but I'm always going you. Always. And I think this time I click Flare Blitz. We need this. So the thing is, Psychic Noise does 2-hit KO Rev Room at this point after all these hazards. It always does. Rev Room. Flare Blitz does 79 to 94%. If it's adamant, high horsepower, it actually is it's pretty strong here. No Intimidate, obviously. He does go for high horsepower. That's Jolly. It's not adamant. High horsepower. I think I'm going to Blitz now. I think I kind of have to into this Pokemon. If Lapras comes out, it should die. Well, it'll be close. I think after Spike, it'll be close because it's strong. It's a fair bit stronger than the other move. Yeah, very close. So the high horsepower now should be Jolly high horsepower. Can knock me out next time. Probably really fast on this guy. I want to save this though because this can also knock off and do damage into that. I know my Petron doesn't really care about high horsepower though, right? Yeah, it does 35. Okay, so I can deal with that. A Surf should come out here. I'm gonna make the Rev Room play. I'm sorry. I'm gonna make the... He could Terra Blast ground too, which is fair. I'll make the Registeel play. If this thing goes down to hazards, that's great. And obviously, we already have Serena in range of Malignant Chain, and I'm faster than Petron, so this is a fine turn. Ops the Ice Shard there, bury me faster. Which is fair too. Then I'm just going to body press. Yep. This is going to give... assuming Zenny hits through, this is going to allow the Dirge to come in and get a Torch Song off. This will allow Dirge to get off a Torch Song now. There is a... Hold up. Skeleturge, Registeel. Got to be careful about Scarf Skeleturge, actually, too. Maybe I should get up Webs. Well, if it takes hazards, it's a different story, right? Because it might actually be Scarf. Skeleturge, Torch Song. Defensive does not knock me out. And Modest Offensive does 176 damage. I might be out of... I'm definitely not out of range. No freaking way. I mean, if he goes Serena, I switch. If you go Rev Room, I Thunder Wave. Like... Actually, I think I get Chip with Rev Room if they go Rev Room. Drago, hopefully hazards do its thing versus it. Dragon Dance Drago is a problem. There's Skeleturge. Okay, so... it actually doesn't KO me here. Let's see if we can get off a Thunder Wave. Let's see. Like, actually, come on. Could use you being my friend here. It is boots. Yeah, so it won't be able to knock me out. We need Rev Room a little lower, too. Torch Song does not KO me. Let's see if I get fully paralyzed. Yep, let's see if I get fully paralyzed here. I do manage to land a Thunder Wave. Good job. Very good job. Nice. They can go for another Torch Song. So that did 150, less than 150. I would say this is really defensive then. We're looking at a Moonblast mini sweep soon. I think I allow him to hit me here. I just double Thunder Wave just in case. Yep, Torch Song +2 knocks me out. That's fine. Klawf is there for Regidrago, so I don't want to go Klawf. I think the play is to go into Heracross and just click Throat Chop. Because I would always get greedy here and go for either a Slack Off or another one. So I don't want to go Incineroar because I want Incineroar to taunt this weird down. Or I want to... The point is to weaken this so that way my Klawf can knock it out. Which is looking very good right now. So to defensive, Throat Chop does 33 to 38. But we need Klawf. That's the max. That's literally max. We'll find out right now. Because also, we will eventually hit this with knockoff if we need to. Hopefully we don't get to that point. I mean, in a situation here, if he goes for Torch Song and he's offensive, if he's Spadef instead of physically defensive, that would work too. If there's Throat Chop, goes for Hex, that's fine. Nice. That did a lot. Klawf's Rock Bass on 4 hits does 50. Gonna go you. We're trying not to have to use Rock Blast, basically. Alright, we go for knock always. If it stays low, that's fine too, because I can always Psychic Noise it. How much did that do? That's 25, 30, 35, about 40. Incineroar's knock actually doesn't kill max, but I don't think he's max. Incineroar's knock doesn't kill anyway, but whatever, it's not paralyzed. So I just need to keep it low so Petrarent can revenge, and Petrarent in front of everything is really strong. Alright, he does switch, so maybe Serena comes out and knock. Maybe Reverum. That's Serena. We will always switch on that. It's fine by me. And we always switch here into my Petch. He's Hex, so it's not Shadow Ball, which actually makes a difference too. I'm giving him like max defense and max special defense in all these calcs. I don't know his set. If he does take an opportunity to try and go for a hazard though. Reverum. Shadow Ball is a lot to Reverum. He does go for U-turn, great play. I do tank Reverum's hit though. Like I definitely tank Reverum's hit. I don't know if this would be an Earth Power or a Dragon Dance, but we'll see. We shall see. Because I think you go Drago now, right? And try and Earth Power me. But then I go for Psychic Noise. With Ribombe. Oh. I mean, I tank 2 high horsepowers. This is for sure my play to just Shadow Ball. I tank high horsepower pretty okay. Like really okay. I'm a freaking Petulant. And the max you do with Jolly is 136 damage. So, which I know you're Jolly. I could be wrong on my calcs. I would love a random double here. That'd be great. High horsepower miss could be cool too. But I don't need it. We just need to get rid of this and then Psychic Noise spam. Shift gears. Okay, let's see how much Shadow Ball does. Got all that hazard damage up. Ooh, get a nasty crit, but that does look like a 2-shot anyway. I think he should have went for 2 IR's powers. He got more damage off. That was a 2-shot anyway. So we live this and we knock out Reverum. Even on a crit, we live this. I don't want him to crit, but I'm just saying, because this only does 50%. There's a roll where it does 0% too. Shoot. Obviously, this is a high horsepower play. Yeah, we 2-shot anyway. Crit's only 1.5 times the damage, not 2 times, so. What will you do, Mr. Reverum? I'm not sure what he's clicking here. It's always high horsepower, right? Oh, he might go for Iron Head to try and flinch me. That's fair. Oh. Yep, goes for it to try and flinch me. Let's see. Doesn't get it though. Perfect. We end up with more HP. Petulant, you go. All right. Good job, Petulant. You go. So Serena goes down to Malignant Chain. There's the Reggie. There's Shibloge. That's the Reggie. Don't know what set it is. I have double fairy. I can still definitely lose. I think we go hard Rabombi. We don't let no scale shot happen. We don't want to take no earth power. I think we definitely go hard Rabombi. Rabombi. I was at 164 HP. Okay, let's write that down. Ancient Power. Does not KO me. 164 HP. Regidrago. Ancient Power. It's not Specs. So he's potentially Scarf or Modest. I'm going to go for Switcheroo here. He's Scarf. Okay. Good to know. No boosts. Ancient Power does nothing to Petulant. But is it better to go Klawf and get a kill? Klawf takes nothing from Ancient Power either. I think it's better to go Klawf and get my kill. I think that's the better play. Because that's a guaranteed kill on something. Okay, you can't kill me with Ancient Power here. That's 2 Ancient Powers. So this would be a start if he stays in. 2 Ancient Powers. I always switch as well after if this doesn't kill him and I sack Incineroar. And then we win with Klawf. Because there's no move that mon can lock itself into, right? Earth Power doesn't kill me either. It does 54. Earth Power actually doesn't kill me after too. So that's good. I'm pretty sure he's timid as well with his Drago. Outspeed this. If he goes out into Skeleturge this turn, he dies to Rock Blast after. All right, he does switch. Perfect. Serena does get 2-shot. Paprika is the Skeleturge. Huh. All right. I mean, provided I land, because it's guaranteed 4 minimum, Provided I land, Skeletorge dies. Like, Skeletorge straight up dies. Always. Always, always, always. God, I hate Rock Blast so much. It kills. It kills. I'm going for it. It kills. It literally always kills. Please, just land. Thank you. Thank you, Klawf. That's why you're my Tera captain. Yeah, that's a death. All right. Let's go. All right, that one being gone is great. Klawf might end up getting the mini sweep here. Yeah, that was 3 hits. See, it was. If it didn't miss, it could be bad, but oof. If it would have missed, it could have been bad, but he could have gotten full parried. Serena comes out, which we are guaranteed faster than as well. Klawf. Max Serena's 267. Yep, I did EV this correctly. Tera Blast potentially puts me in, unless Earth Power crits. Tera Blast potentially puts me in the semifinals, which kind of really sucks because I'm moving and I have no time to prep. And I'm literally moving this. Like I know it's been a build up, but the date should be this week. Klawf, Klawf, Klawf. Come on, Klawf. Come on, Mr. Klawf. Come on, Mr. Klawf. I guess Regidrago has to crit me now. Regidrago. Modest Scarf. 167 is the max I could do with Earth Power. But it's not modest. We know it's timid. Based on the damage it did to Bombay. I don't even know how I'm calculating. I just clicked Tera Blast. Like, whatever. If I get crit, I get crit. Yeah. Doesn't crit me. Klawf, my child. Klawf. Hey, yo. Grape Juice, you see this, bro? Grape Juice, you seeing this? Let's go, Klawf. Let's go. And we make it to the semifinals, man. Klawf went stupid. I think Bro got 4 kills, right? Sandslash, Regidrago, Skeletorge, and Serena. Nice. Good game, Callum. Hopefully there was no crackling in the audio. I couldn't hear any from the music playing, but I apologize if there was. I have the new wires, but I'm not setting them up till I move because I don't feel like, because I have to take everything down. But I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, let me know. Leave a like. That was a great game. Hazards played a key role. I did 2-hit KO Rev Room, so the crit only mattered if I got flinched into everything else. Like, actually, if I got flinched, I could have been different games. So he made the right play going for the flinch there. But I made a great play going for Ancient Power as well, because that would not have done anything to my Petroid. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed. Leave a like. I'll hit up Callum if he's down for an interview. See y'all in the next one. Peace. So I'm here with Callum. We just had our fantastic game, as you guys saw. And now we're taking a look at his team. Callum, my friend, how are you doing?
Yeah, hi. Dude, we did not anticipate, like, I made a joke about you having all your mons with boots. I did not anticipate all your mons having boots. All 3 of them having boots.
Just the 2 defensive ones. Like, the 2 defensive ones in a row. And Heracross is there. I kind of mentioned it prior to getting in the call, but it was there because this needs to tank. Lapras is really good into me. This set, which I figured you'd bring either this or it with boots. It with boots is a little bit easier to deal with because my Spectre Bombi actually 2 shots. Unless you're like this EV spread, which you are. But yeah, so like I needed it on Heracross to be able to just tank 1. And like Heracross also, as you can see, I'm knockoff plus throat chop. So like if you get greedy with Skeletorge, I basically get a spike every other turn. Because I throat chop, you can't torch song. I get a spike as you slack. I throw chop, and if you start getting impatient / greedy, because you're Hex as well, so you're not Shadow Ball or anything stronger, I just knock off and get the kill there too. Like originally I had Mega Horn, but I'm like, screw Serena, dude. I have the best Serena answer in the entire game. And I have the best answer to most Pokemon in the entire game, Petroid.
Yeah, I got so impatient. So we had Fling Light Ball literally for Petroid, so we could then hex it to death with Skeletorge, and I just got impatient, and I was like, oh, he's going to switch to Petroid to stop me from spinning. Because you just got Stealth Rocks and Spikes up, so he's going to stop me from spinning. He's going to switch to Petroid here. I should have just U-turned until, like, because you could have also swapped to Incineroar to take on Serena. So, like, it was a risky one for sure. I definitely I got impatient there, and I should have just waited. I was just so excited to use the tech, honestly.
No,
but,
dude, I read the same thing on a comfy before to paralyze in the finals of the multi battle draft league we did back in the day, and I felt the same way. Like that tech was so cool. I was like, okay, cool, you paralyzed me. Hopefully, I could paralyze you back. But no.
Yeah, I was like, hey, twin. I was like, oh man. Honestly, we were so afraid of like, I mean, Petron is obviously like a big threat. I'm trying to think of what other mons we were like mostly afraid of.
It looks like because you brought Rever Room with this particular set, you were afraid of Quagsire.
Quagsire? Yeah, Quagsire. We were like, I thought honestly you would bring Quagsire because we have we've swept with Rever Room a few times. I think the team I thought you were going to bring was like Regieleki, Inteleon, and then the other 4 mons you have, which is Heracross, Incineroar, Petrarun, Ribombee. We knew you would definitely have like a lot of fairies for Regidrago. You know, I honestly on the day I was like, he's definitely going to bring Klawf because like that thing thing is so annoying.
It's so cool. I changed it from what's it called, Anger Shell to Regenerator, because Anger Shell was like usually really cool. Like if you brought like Sylveon stuff, like if you weren't max like +2 loaded dice, Rock Blast can KO you, and it gives me like potentially 1 or 2 kills. But I ended up on Regenerator because, as you can see there, like I was able to still ignore the hazards, but also pressure you. That was a great Ancient Power, by the way. Really nice Ancient Power.
Thank you. Yeah.
I really like that. But like I had it just because I wanted to pressure you more. And I'm glad I was loaded dice. I was like, at the end, I was like, please don't miss this Rock Blast into Skeleturge. This is like the only inaccurate move I think I've gone for besides Thunder Wave the entire game. Please don't miss that. But
I honestly forgot Rock Blast could even miss. Yeah, it was a crazy game. Even if I like crit you there at the end, I don't think I could have 1v1'd Petrarun with Earth Power. I don't know what your Petrarun build is.
It's just HP. I think you did. I think it was more so.
If I crit you, I could have just cleaned up the game.
Yeah. I think Incineroar
crazy.
Lived 1, though. Let me run the calc because you were modest, and I was at 160 something. Incineroar, Regidrago. Obviously, I had worst case scenario, which was Specs immediately. Earth Power. Yeah, Earth Power killed my Incineroar too. So if you crit me there, you could have won. I was like, please don't crit my Klawf at the end.
Yeah, that's just crazy. I actually ultimately, even though it was a 3-0 loss, it was kind of close.
Very close.
When you think
Very
about
close.
it, like, I don't know. I'm just like, man, should I have set up the? I should have probably saved Rever Room. I think. I guess for I just thought I don't know, like why I guess why do I? I mean, why do you stay in rather against Rever Room? But then I guess like you've got Shadow Ball. I think I was just set on you having a defensive Petrarun, not an offensive Petrarun.
Shadow Ball always 2-shot you, right? Like I got a crit, but it always 2-shot. The crit meant you couldn't save it if you want to switch out after. But I think their high horsepower twice is better because you need Iron Head flinch into Iron Head flinch into high horsepower to kill me from that range. You actually don't kill with Iron Head flinch into high horsepower. Like I live.
I looked at the calc and I wasn't sure if I did. I think most of the time I played against Petrarun, they swapped out against Rever Room and because like it was like a bulkier Petrarun build. So I think I just got that in my head. I probably should have just high horsepower twice there.
I mean, I was bulky, so you would have only done about 35%, 36% to me, and I could have recovered off the damage.
That's exactly my thinking. That's why I was like, I just need to set up and do some significant damage if possible. I can't believe you run boots on Petrarun. We knew you'd probably run boots on Incineroar, but like I did not expect it on.
Oh yeah, I mean because. The thing is, like, I knew I wasn't bringing Quagsire, so Rever Room was still a giant threat. And Clear Amulet Rever Room specifically was a threat. Obviously, I went really defensive on Incineroar, but either way, you saw how much your high horsepower did to me. I knew you were jolly after the damage, which makes sense because you want to be faster than Heracross. Some people started bringing Adamant versus me and Mox. I'm like, I hate you guys. Like, you know my team at this point. Now you're just counter-teaming what I have. And then other people stopped bringing it because of Quag, but I don't know. I think you brought like the 2 mons I think you were supposed to. I think both Lappers and Sandslash should have came to this game, which they did. I was more scared of an offensive Sandslash with like Swords Dance, Gunk Shot, Earthquake, obviously Terra Ground, with so you actually can 2-shot me because I was walling defensive Sandslashes. Like I was setting up the +6 on them. I even beat some special Laprases too, because like literally this set, because I would poison them with Petrarunt. So you're on a timer, and then the max you do with Terra Blast is like 70-ish. So I just can recover it off depending on if things happen. Like, but what I was hoping there that would happen is that I would go Rabombi on your Reggie and you weren't Scarf, and I was gonna trick you at choice specs. I'm assuming maybe you sack Serena at that point instead of hard Dirge. But if you sack Dirge, that would be fine too, because I just click Psychic Noise, force you to attack me, not heal, and then if you did try and heal that turn, I could get up webs if I want to, and then revenge it with Petrarunt. That was like my thought process there. That's why I actually at the end I tricked anyway. Like you obviously didn't see, you just two-shot with me Ancient Power, but I tricked there, so I ended up making a difference.
Yeah, we thought you would have Twitcheroo on Rabombi. Like that was something we definitely considered. Even there was another one that I think gets Switcheroo in your team. I forget which one. But we considered like
Noivern, I think.
Yeah. I really did not expect Noivern to come this week, so I'm glad I was right about that. But yeah, I don't know. That was is there any mon I didn't bring that you I guess you were afraid of?
I'm gonna be honest. Everything you brought made me mad. I was like, why did you bring the best mons? I think the only other mon that I was thinking of was Vikavolt over Serena.
Yeah.
Just as
we had Vikavolt over Reverum. I mean, honestly,
that would have been fine for me too. I would have just clicked Moonblast. Hell yeah, I would have loved that.
Yeah. And that was originally what we had, but then we were like, no, we'll do Reverum. I've got a bunch of like sets that we made. We also had like Mienshao on the team at one point. We never like played with it, but like we had so many different ideas, like Blunder Policy, Skeledirge, Weakness Policy, Skeledirge.
What about Flame Charge? Did you try Flame Charge?
I think that was that was on the Weakness Policy one. Weakness Policy, Flame Charge. We had what was it? We had Covert Cloak Lapras as an idea at one point. Throat Spray Vikavolt was one. Get Agility plus Throat Spray.
Yeah, that's really nasty into my team. Like originally I had Stealth Rock, Heavy Slam, Earthquake, and Protect, but then I was like, I'm not doing any damage to Skeletor's with Earthquake anyway, and I'm scared if Regidrago's Dragon Dance, because even though Dragon Dance Regidrago, the only thing he could do, because I don't remember, I don't know if you had remembered, but I said, when are you gonna run Dragon Dance normal gem Regidrago to run with Explosion to kill the fairy type of thing? So I was like, in my head, I was prepping for that too. I was like, crap, because he could kill one of my fairies and then take advantage of the other one with Klawf. But I was like, wait, if it kills itself, I'm fine. But I was still worried about like Dragon Dance anyway. That's why I ended up going Iron Defense Body Press. I was worried about Reverum having Magnet Rise, so that's why I went Iron Defense Body Press. And then I ended up going Thunder Wave because I was like, I'm giving Skeledirge free turns. If I Thunder Wave it, that's fine. My thought process, by the way, once I saw like you were Boots on Dirge, it's like, okay, because if I had not seen Boots on Dirge, I was going to go for Webs with Rabombi, or even trick you with Specs, lock you into Torch Song, and then Throat Chop you to give options. But once I see Boots, I'm like, okay, it's a little bit less of a threat, because it's less likely, I feel, that if you're Boots, you would run Flame Charge, because I feel like you want, like you said, Weakness Policy or anything like that, or even Throat Spray. So I was like, we'll go from there. But yeah, you ended up being defensive. This is exactly how my damage calc looked, by the way. I had you in 2v2 HP, 2v2 defense, 2v2 special defense. I was just like, you took every hit according to my damage calculator, but I was also very stupid there. But how have you enjoyed the return to draft? You killed it, dude. Oh, hold up.
You cut out. I enjoyed the draft, you said?
Yeah, how have you enjoyed your return to draft? You made it to playoffs, bro. It was crazy.
Sorry, you completely cut out.
Again, completely. Like, you can't hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. You said,
how did you enjoy your return to draft? Like, you went crazy. You went to playoffs and everything.
Oh yeah. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I wish I had more time to like commit to it. I'm really, the fact I don't play competitive Pokemon like that, and I still did, like, I got to playoffs. I'm really content with that, honestly. I think it was really fun to do lower tier stuff too, because like honestly, like the higher tier draft stuff, like how OU looks in Gen 9 scares me. Like it's so like OU is such a crazy tier now. Like Gen 9 like shook up competitive, like I feel like more than any other generation has.
Very fair. So
Yeah, so I'm glad that I did this lower tier one. I love my team. It's like full of Pokemon that I like, and I'm really happy with I guess I'll be like 7th or 8th overall or whatever. I'm really happy with that placement.
No, I mean, I think you did amazing. I love you started off a little bit slower and then you started bringing it back. You started making some plays and you really made use of your timer as well this entire thing. Why is my internet acting all funny? Like, do you still hear me when I'm talking?
You're like a little bit laggy, yeah.
Okay. I'll keep it to a minimum then, or short, but hold up. Let me restart the call. Give me 1 second. All right. Internet restarted. I bet I still sound like a robot right now to Callum, but you want to finish what you were saying? They can hear you.
Okay.
They can hear you, so that's what matters.
Perfect. Honestly, what was I saying?
Something about the return, how OU scares you. You were happy to do lower tier, and
oh yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't know. I love a lot of Gen 9 Pokemon, so I'm really happy I got to pick up. I mean, even some Gen 8 ones. I'm happy I got to pick up some of the newer guys and play with them. You know, Skeledirge and Reverum, and even Fezandipity for like a week or two. I love a lot of those Pokemon, so I'm happy to play. I feel like I've got to do one draft run every generation, and I up until now, every time I did a draft league, I got a higher placement. This is like the first time I've not like improved my placement, but I'm still really happy to get to playoffs because it's I mean,
you were one
right?
critical hit away, bro. One critical hit away from semis.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm really happy with the performance. Considering I don't play competitive like that, I just play ROM hacks, man.
Shoot, man. I mean, I always feel like drafting and planning is kind of similar, right? Because when, like, let's say you play Radical Red, you got to think about, you know what they have, and you got to think about what's best for you to bring to it, right? So I always felt like it. And I was talking with Shady when Shady was in the last one. I was like, yo,
yeah.
He kind of did the same thing. His prep had improved dramatically since back in the day when he was in draft. So, and for you, I know also, I'm assuming Jamie was also helping since he was leaving a lot of comments and everything. Love
oh yeah, Jamie, my friend Ray, which Ray literally Ray was like the information gatherer. Like he did a lot of the EV spreads and stuff. Like Ray went above and beyond. Like big shout out to Ray. And then
Ray
we started winning as
like
Ray.
Yeah. Oh, that's my goat, bro. That's my goat, dude.
Yeah.
Made my old intro and everything. He's the goat. I love Ray.
Yes, yeah. He did the I remember that. He literally I've got this PDF file that's 19 pages long of just your information on your team and
oh my god, Ray.
Dude, he's a madman, dude. I literally could not have done anything without these guys. And also Avery Incog, he as soon as he joined, we started winning. We started doing mock battles with him, and he helped a lot. So those three, without them, I would have not been anywhere near as well off in terms of the draft. I probably would have lost all my battles. So having people help you helps a lot.
Yeah, mocks in general, dude. Mocks are so good.
Dude, I was so against them because I always thought oh, I'm gonna get in my head a certain way and think only think that the opponent's gonna have what they have, and it's not gonna help me that much. But when you actually do, when you see how Pokemon perform in battle versus on paper, it's so different.
Yeah. I mean, it's the reason why EV spreads change, movesets change, and everything.
Yep.
Why you?
Because you're oh, I never clicked this move, so why do I even have it?
Exactly. I definitely value. It's also part of the reason why draft takes so much time nowadays. If you definitely want to win, but when your mons put in the work that you plan for, it's definitely sick. So you wouldn't join another draft league this year?
Probably, I don't know about this year, but maybe later on in the year if I've found a way to manage my time better. But right now I'm gonna take a break. A few people asked me to join one.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, ask me next season. I'd love to be considered next season. But for now I'm gonna take a break because I just don't have time, unfortunately.
Makes sense. No, I completely understand, dude. Because I know there's one thing that a lot of us are waiting for is the ROM hack of BDSP. So you could use Mega Pokemon and have a draft league with that, basically national decks. So
that would be sick.
That's what I'm saying. That I feel like that'd be so exciting. I'd probably ask everybody at that point.
Yeah, I'd love to join that. Yeah, that'd be super fun.
Do you do you have any closing words you want to give the people, or anything about draft, or anything about your team, what you might have drafted differently, anything, bro? What are you feeling?
I guess I don't know. Just I had a really good time, and I hope I beat the fraud allegations. I'm not. I can Pokemon battle. Okay, I'm not bad at Pokemon. I can battle. I just don't. The fraud allegation. I just don't do it competitively for a living. You know, I play ROM hacks for a living.
I think the only people that get mad about that is the people that watch the ROM hacks. That get mad that it's like, oh, you could beat Whitney, but why are you not winning here? Type of thing. I don't know. I feel like draft kind of like evolved throughout the years. Like the comment section isn't as bad, for sure.
Oh yes, absolutely. The comment section's much more lovely. And yeah, I think my like first 3 weeks, I will say, I just was playing how I did in 2020, and that was just get the team built, show up to the battle, and play. Yeah. And I didn't do any like mock battles, and you know, I didn't like have much, I guess, input on the team building. Whereas like this time I had to adapt and like actually like put a lot more time into it. So it's super cool, but it's so time consuming. Like if I like if like my main channel was like a battle channel, I would definitely do draft leagues all the time, because it's my absolute favorite way to play Pokemon. I think it's so much fun.
It's so nice. It's so rewarding too. Like I very much enjoy it. And I mean I play Showdown every single day, and I enjoy Showdown a lot. But this is different, and it also lets me like, you know, I started with Wi-Fi battles, right? At least on my channel. My channel started with Wi-Fi battles. I was playing simulators way before I started uploading, but I started on my channel with Wi-Fi battles, and it's also what kind of got me into uploading too. So it's sick to be able to do this, and hopefully Gen 10, the timer. Okay, one last question. Do you hope Legends ZA has actual real battling?
Yes, of course, dude. Yeah. Of course, man. Like Legends Arceus, I said it in your chat. It would be so much better if it had actual battling, and also not that weird battle style.
Callum said it in my chat. Legend Arceus would be so fun if it had regular battling, an online, and a competition. I was like, so Legend Arceus would be so fun. It was just a regular game, like just straight up. I feel like it's true though. It's true. I enjoyed the game because I was streaming it for a marathon. I actually haven't touched it since the marathon, like since after the marathon, because there's not a lot for me left to do. For me personally, the game, right? Like I'm not always like I don't always have to complete the games I play. I feel content after a certain point. Sometimes I want to get 100%. Like shout out to Pokemon Diamond, Pokemon Platinum. Like I got 100% in those games. Like even like the Battle Tower and all that crap too. But I cheated. But whatever. I just had 252 EVs all. It wasn't my fault, bro. They were pulling up with some garbage. All right, it's their fault. And also I was a kid. And also the action replay was broken. It's a powerful thing. But yeah, I'm hoping ZA. I same thing in Legend Arceus, but also, you know, give me the ability to battle my friends online. Longevity for the game. That's important.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's either that or like we've got another like year or so of Scarlet and Violet, right? So,
literally.
Which, I mean, isn't the worst thing in the world, but yeah, I don't know. I forgot they killed Draft League for a while with a timer. Honestly, I forgot that was a thing that happened.
You were part of the video. The first video I made would bring back the timer. Yeah. And then I made another one with BDSP. And then they did one for Sword and Shield. Now, I do know for a fact that they did see that. Like I had a lot of people.
Oh, really?
I had a lot of people with higher powers come back to me and said, "Yo, they saw your video. The video has reached the right people." Now, I got excited when I heard that, but the fact that it took a year after kind of like hurt me a little. I was like, "No," but I'm glad it happened. That's what matters, right? And hopefully in the next generation we can keep doing draft, because it's a wonderful thing, and it's so much different to do it on Wi-Fi than Showdown. I don't like doing it so much on Showdown.
Yeah, it's really cool to see, like, even like the smaller, I guess, Draft League community. Like, if any viewers here want more draft content, there's so much like smaller creators doing Draft League too.
So much really good ones too. Like
like really good players, like doing really like good Draft League. I don't like watch, but I've been like, since I've been in the server, I've been seeing so many people plug their draft stuff, and I'm just like, well, there's a lot of people doing this. You know.
And yeah, definitely.
So there's like always draft content going on. So, you know, choose a team and support them.
literally, go look out for people. Like, there's a lot of people as well in Smogon doing it too. So, anyway, I don't want to take too much more of your time because I know it's getting later for you, and I appreciate you waiting for my restart of the internet. Guys, please check out Cal. Check out his side of the battle as well, especially because my side, I know I went back and I know it has crackling. I'm gonna have the new wires after I move, I promise. But yeah, leave a like, sub, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.